Bidenomics. Yeah, it's a big buzzword as the White House looks to burnish public opinion on the economy. Less than 2 hours from now, the president is set to outline his vision for it. But is banking on Bidenomics a good strategy? Even the New York Times has its doubts. Quote, the president plans to extol his economic achievements in a big campaign-style speech. But inflation and recession fears could overshadow the message. His team disagrees.
I am on the economics team, and we're the little underdog that could. The legislative accomplishments that this president has overseen in my 20 years, I've never seen before. So we'll put that record against anyone, and we'll continue to be undervalued, and we'll continue to overperform.
We've recovered, our economy has recovered faster than any major economy in the entire world. And that's happening because of President Biden's leadership, because of the economic agenda that he's put forward. The president's economic policies are incredibly popular.
Twitter lighting up. One user writing like 26 straight months of negative real weekly wage growth. Another, Democrats are only good at one thing, lying with a straight face. Recent polling pretty ugly, though. Only 20% say that Biden's policies are actually helping the economy. Nearly 50% say they're hurting it. David Avella is the GOPAC chairman, and Marie Harf is a Fox News contributor and former State Department spokeswoman. First of all, it's hard to watch a news conference from the White House where they say that they are proud that this is the greatest growing economy ever. First of all, you're comparing numbers to COVID, which was at its bottom. So once you've hit rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. And David, never mind the polls. Forget the polls. All you need to do is look in your wallet. The high costs of literally everything from groceries and on, high inflation, high interest rates, inflation says it all. So painting a rosy picture of this economy is basically like putting lipstick on a pig.
Julie, it seems like we're on message reset number 10 with the Biden administration on how their economic policies are helping. The reality, though, is 6 in 10 Americans are telling us they live paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
It's why President Biden's approval rating on the economy is one of the lowest across his administration. And you have a message that comes out of the White House is this is the car you should now drive. And this is how you should now heat your house. And this is now the stove you should use. And all of these ways you now should live your life, but yet there's no tax reduction to put more money in people's pockets to pay for it. Wage growth is stagnant for many, particularly on the low end of the spectrum. You have conflicting messages where the administration is saying one thing, but what people are dealing with on a daily basis is the exact opposite.
Marie, can Bidenomics save Biden's re-election bid? And do you think people are going to buy it?
Well, there's a lot of good news out there. Look, we still have inflation, we still have high interest rates, but we are witnessing an American manufacturing resurgence because of Joe Biden's policies. David, you know, you're my friend here, but you're actually wrong on this. The low wage part of our economy right now, their wages are growing at the fastest rate in 2 decades. We are seeing real-time wages growing across every part of our economy right now. And as the Infrastructure Reduction Plan goes into effect, Inflation Reduction Act, as the infrastructure plan goes into effect, communities across this country are increasingly going to see really positive impacts of the Biden economy. You're going to see Joe Biden and his campaign get out there on the trail and say, that manufacturing job that's come back in your state, that's because of the Biden team and Democrats in Congress. The fact that your wages are growing now, the fact that we have reduced the deficit in a historic way while growing jobs at a record pace, those are real facts and figures that, yes, inflation is still tough, but those are real facts and figures, Julie, that everyday real Americans are feeling, and they're going to continue to feel even more.
Okay, so there's a recent report revealing that some of Pete Buttigieg's and the Biden administration's priorities have found that back in November, the transportation secretary met privately with a China-linked group pushing some controversial green agenda items. There's a conservative watchdog representative saying this, and I quote, Buttigieg doubled down on his misplaced dedication to the climate cult by meeting with the radicals who want to ban gas stoves and eliminate fossil fuels. Ironically, Republican senators looking to rein in his private jet stomping a carbon footprint across the country and costing taxpayers a lot of money. Now, Fox News is finding that Buttigieg used taxpayer funds jets at least 18 times while in office instead of the commercial flights that his department oversees. Buttigieg claims his private flights actually saved taxpayers money. David, I don't think anybody here is going to buy the fact that if you fly commercial, it's going to cost more than a private jet.
It's interesting that many times cabinet secretaries are like NFL kickers. You only hear about them when they're making a mistake. And certainly with Secretary Buttigieg, if he is not the worst cabinet secretary in this administration, he's certainly in the top 5. Because for much of our history, the Department of Transportation has been non-political. You didn't need a political person to build roads or manage our ports or deal with our railroads or even our key infrastructure. But it's this administration that has decided to make many things political.
All right, I'm going to give you a final, Marie.
Well, look, I think Republicans in Congress should focus more on the fact that in huge parts of the Midwest today, you can't go outside because the air quality is so bad because of wildfires that are made much worse by climate change. Look, I don't care if Pete Buttigieg travels on a private plane or a commercial plane. I care about the fact that we need real climate policy in this country. That's something that everyone should care about because there is an emergency here. And the longer that Republicans say there's not, the worse the situation gets.
I think we should care, though, about politicians talking out of both sides of their mouth. If you want to go green, go green. Flying a private plane is not going green. If you want to claim that, that global warming is to blame for such and such, then you need to put in your part and show the American people that you're serious about following on these theories that you're going to go green. I mean, it is a contradictive sort of stance, and it's sort of talking out of both sides of your mouth, and I think Americans are sick of that. But David Avella and Marie Harf, that's all the time we have. Thank you very, very much to you both.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.